Hi everyone. My name is Charles or Chuck, and I'm in central North Carolina right now, in Asheboro actually. But originally I'm from Southern California, and I just want to tell the world why I support the Zeitgeist movement, why I advocate a resource-based economy, the Venus Project, and the ideas of Jacques Fresco, and support this movement that's happening. Is There's so many reasons why, but I'll try to address just a few. When I first came across the Zeitgeist movie, it opened my eyes and made me see the world from a completely different perspective. I realized how asleep I was before. I was a veteran. I served in the military for 8 years and went to war in Iraq and fought for this cause that I thought was, one thing, and realizing how different the story was. And 9/11 was just the biggest slap in the face for me when I realized how these wars are actually engineered and profited off of. And look back at history, and it would not have been the first time that such tactics would have been used in these false flag operations. But there's so many unanswered questions, and anyone can see that if you just look at the evidence. I mean, the way these buildings fell is just at free fall speed, and the pancake theory that the 9/11 Commission report talks about, it just makes no sense when you stand it up to the evidence and the analysis that's done. And even Building 7, the third building that fell that you never hear about, that's complete demolition style. And all the news anchors who saw these buildings collapse that day said it looks perfect demolition style, and it's obvious, but people want to turn a blind eye to that. But after I saw that first Zeitgeist movie, I was not the same person after that, and I couldn't stand by and let these type of injustices happen without wanting to do my part and try to do what I can to change things, because I just can't allow it on good conscience to do that, to turn a blind eye like that, like so many people will try to do. So that motivated me to learn more and realize that there's so much more to learn when you see how the society and the indoctrination and how we're brought up, and the information that's withheld. I mean, the mainstream media is basically a joke. It's owned by these corporations. The governments are just big corporations, and the profit motive, is able to tie into so many things. And the movement, the Zeitgeist movement in particular, helped me actually tie all these pieces together and connect the dots and see how it's all connected back to this fundamental issue of the corrupt monetary system that we've used and what it's grown into, at least. And so it's become obsolete, and politics in general is also obsolete when you see how useless it is. And I never voted until Obama ran for presidency, but I was still just as believing in this Democrat Republican, and I always knew it was the lesser of two evils. But it seemed like everyone wanted change after 8 years of what Bush did to us, and so I did vote, and I felt good when he got elected, and I thought I actually did something useful. And then shortly thereafter, I had my eyes opened by the Zeitgeist movie and realized that society is a lot different than we're led to believe, and the mainstream media is a big issue with the programs that they run, and all these things and strategies that are in place by the global elite, basically. But conspiracy theories can take you down some deep rabbit holes, and of course, you can get lost in that. But having a solution put forth is another thing that I loved about the movement, is that no one's ever offered a solution. And for the first time, there's a viable alternative, and that's being proposed, and it's based off of science and objective information and our evidence and what we've learned from studying nature. And the other big thing is that we're all one and we're all connected, and all of our atoms came from the same place, and they're put together by that same force. And so there's an interconnection, and realizing that makes you see how this competitive based system is not going to allow us to function as optimally as a human family. And so that changes the whole paradigm for me, and so it's a no-brainer. It's easy for me to, very logical and rational, to see how much sense the ideas of the Venus Project make. And so I'm a complete advocate, and I've help the movement, and happy to give my energy and efforts into supporting that and doing what I can to further our direction. And so I see my 5 minutes is up, but I thank you all, and much love to you. Thanks. Peace.